Hey guys, this is Joy back again with another video, and once again thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of the subscribers, the likes, the comments, and the shares. It means the world. So today's video I wanted to talk about dating after narcissistic abuse, and this is something that I've definitely struggled with. I've been through it, and it's coming along. So do I recommend dating after narcissistic abuse? Probably not. I definitely say give yourself some time to heal, to recover, to understand what happened to you, to acknowledge that yes, you were abused, you were taken advantage of, and it wasn't your fault though. That's one of the things I want you guys to understand. It wasn't your fault. These people are master manipulators, they're users, they're leechers, they're emotional, what is the word that I'm looking for? Um, I'll come back to it, but yeah, they just get into your head and they just take you to a place where you never really thought that you'd ever go. It's really crazy. So, my experience dating after narcissistic abuse, man, I remember the first guy, as soon as I started talking to him and he discarded me, and I sent him a message basically saying like, hey, I don't want you to come through or whatever. And I was living on my own at the time, and I'm sorry, um all these guys out of nowhere, they just came and like wanted to talk to me. They wanted to like date me and take me out. And I remember one guy in particular, I had told him what happened, and he was like, I'm willing to wait for you. And I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. And one of the things that happens as victims, like after you've been abused for that amount of time, you don't feel worthy to be in a relationship with someone. And I could say that I didn't at that point, but you don't feel like lovable. You feel like, man, like if that person did that to me, then someone else may do that to me. Or like, because for one, like, you don't trust people. Like, you're kind of like, man, like if they could do that, anybody else, like, so you're just like all in your head. You're just like basically just your emotions are everywhere. So definitely, like, don't try not to date anyone. Really just spend time with yourself. um yeah, because you're gonna end up hurting someone else. There's someone that was innocent, that had nothing to do with what happened to you. I don't recommend it, honestly. The second thing is, let's see here. Like I said, be by yourself, understand and process what happened to you. You gotta recover. You've been abused, you've been manipulated, and it's something that happens to people, unfortunately. And you just gotta spend time and feel your feelings, feel how you feel. If it's anger, sadness, resentment, bitterness, you gotta feel it. And try to do it in a healthy way. I wouldn't necessarily saying feel those feelings by yourself. And this comes to my next point, is spend time with your family and friends that's really, really there for you, that has proven to you that they're really genuine and honest people. Feel those feelings with them, because if you do it by yourself, then you could kind of like get in your head and think suicidal thoughts and like really self-destruct, which I don't want none of you guys to do that's watching my video. So yes, feel you have to feel comfortable enough with these people. Myself, I actually have like on one or two friends that I was able to talk to about it, and also had a counselor, I'm sorry, a therapist that I talked to for a year, which was really good. And I really got down to the bottom of things, and I forgave myself, and I forgave my parents as well, which is another topic. Well, another tip is that you have to find out what happened to you in your childhood, because at the end of the day, there's a reason why we attract these narcissists in our lives. Like, sometimes it has to do with like what happened to you when you were a child, where you abused like coming up, where you made to feel like you weren't good enough, where you ignored when you were younger, where you just not seen, not heard, not felt like like you were like important to your parents. Because what happens is we tend to date people that are like our parents. We tend to date people that resemble them, and it's like, if it was a dysfunctional relationship, it was an abusive relationship with your parents, you're gonna subconsciously seek someone that abuses you, when you're older. You know, you're gonna marry someone that picks on you, that calls you names, and that's just how it is. You know, until you understand, like, okay, you're gonna break the cycle, you're gonna forgive yourself, confront your parents, don't make them bad, but tell them how you feel about what happened to you when you were a child, and then you gotta move on, you gotta let it go and forgive yourself, and again, forgive your parents. And I've done that too. I know I mentioned it in another video of mine. But yeah, I confronted my mom and my dad. I told them like what happened to me when I was a child, and I told him like how it made me felt. And my dad apologized. He said he was sorry, and he said that he'd never do it again. And there are some things that, like, I'll say something to my dad, and he'll react or respond in a way that it's not to my liking. But I just have to understand that that's just who he is. It's not about me controlling my dad or controlling my mom. It's about me understanding that that's them, they'll never change, and just accept it, just move on, and try not to take it that serious, because it's never about you. It's more so like about them. And again, and like I said, the other video that I made, I think it was the dysfunctional friendships and relationships or something like that. But my mom and dad, they had their own issues too that they had to go through. They didn't have like the best childhood, so like they only know what they know. They can only do the best that they can do, and it's not about them being the best or a bad parent or whatever. It's just, you just got to accept people for who they are and just move on with your life. That's it at the end of the day, whether it be your parents or not, you know. And let's see. So, and also dating after narcissistic abuse, what you want to do is travel. After the abuse or whatever, you want to travel and open up your horizons. You want to, the reason why you want to travel is because you'll meet new people. You know, not necessarily saying that you're going to date them, but you can connect with them, become friends with them, and maybe in the future, yeah, if it works out, cool. Because literally, like, that's what started happening to me. Like, because the first guy I dated, I wasn't traveling as much as I am now. I remember, like, after the first one, I went to Utah because I was doing Wake Up Now. And went to Utah. That was a really good experience. And I remembered that he had someone contact me talking about, did I know who he was, or the person was like, he wants you to contact him. So he was trying to hoover me, you know, because I'm pretty sure he was watching my YouTube. He was watching like what I was doing. But the second guy, after I like let that go, I started going everywhere. Like I was going to Miami, I was going to Atlanta, I went to Cabo, like I went back to visit my family in Delaware. Like, so all of these things were happening to me, all these blessings and miracles was opening up because I had stopped talking to the guy. Obviously that showed me like, hey, that person was toxic. He was kind of stopping me from being able to do what I wanted to do. It was bad with him. But then after I left, all these good things started happening, and I was able to like meet new people and connect, and that's key. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend dating after you get out of the abuse. I'd say give yourself maybe like a year or 2 years, the max. Or even if you need a longer time than that. Like me personally, like, yes, I have been dating, but you know, sometimes I do get flashbacks and memories, and it's painful, it's hurtful, and it makes me not want to trust people sometimes. But I know like everybody is not a narcissist, and some people deserve a chance, and that's definitely something that I'm working on. But yeah, it's definitely, being abused by a narcissist is very traumatic. I definitely feel for anyone that has been abused, which is why I am going to start counseling people, because I understand what it's like to not have anybody believe what you're saying, and not have anybody there for you, you know, and to feel like you're alone. But you're not, because we all have God at the end of the day. But it's tough. I know exactly the feeling, but you can get through it. You know, you got to just give yourself time to heal, mourn, to feel your feelings, to do some research, and yeah, just spend some time getting to know you and loving you, and you'll recover. You'll get through it, you know. Let's see. So another point about dating after narcissistic abuse. Actually, I think that's everything. If you guys have if I missed anything, please feel free to leave it in the comments. If you have any other questions about narcissistic abuse, or what certain things that they do to you and it confuses you, let me know. Leave it in the comment box below. And I'm trying to see anything else I wanted to add about dating after narcissistic abuse. Oh, you may see them start seeing someone else, like they may have like a new girlfriend like days or like weeks after you're not dating them anymore. Don't be too alarmed. They're most likely, because, well, for one, narcissists can't be alone. They have to have someone with them at all times. Like, that feeds them narcissistic supply. And I will make a video about what narcissistic supply is, but it's basically someone they get their attention, affection, admiration from, emulation. Like, because narcissists, they need that constant attention. It doesn't have to be from their girlfriend. It could be from anyone. Like, they just need it. That's the food that they eat, you know? And yeah, so don't be surprised when you see that. And a lot of times they do that to make you jealous, to make you feel like, oh, you're missing out on something, which you're not, because they're abusing that person as well. And I definitely have compassion for any of their new victims or targets, because I mean, it's rough being with them, you know, because they're abusing you behind closed doors. They isolate you, they get you alone, and they tear you down from that point on. And then when they go out in public, it's like it's a different story. Like, they're being nice to you and all this lovey-dovey stuff, but that's not who they really are, you know. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. Please be sure that you like and subscribe, and please be sure that you follow Live Narc Free, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.